welcome back to another video. In this video, I am showing off my first 4 drawings from this year's Mermaid. So for those of you who don't know, I created a mermaid prompt list this year. Link up here somewhere to the video where I explain more about it. And basically these are the first 4 drawings I did for that prompt list. For this prompt list, I decided to make 16 prompts instead of 31, as that means that you only have to do a drawing every other day, and I figured it'd be a lot more manageable for me and a lot more manageable for a lot more people. So the first prompt was Zodiac, and for this I decided to do a Taurus-themed mermaid, as most people born in May are Tauruses, and also I am a Taurus myself. One thing I personally noticed between the 4 different drawings is I think I gradually get better as the drawings go on. Like personally, I like my last 2 a lot better than my first 2, even though I still think they all turned out fairly good considering the fact I only had like a day or 2 to work on them. I think that's just because as I go on, I get a lot more used to having a limited time, and I start to figure out more and more what it is that I want to incorporate into my drawings. As you can see here, I grabbed a bunch of different color palettes, because while I knew that I wanted to incorporate like a lot of green colors, since, well, I wanted it to be like nature themed, because that's what I think of when I think of Taurus, but I had no idea what colors to choose. So I ended up doing sort of like a mostly green with a bit of a pink accent theme, because also Taurus's lucky colors are green and pink. And there you have it, the final picture. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, but let me know what you guys think down below. I also tried to give her like Taurus/bull features with the horns and the ears, and I think it turned out pretty cool, but once again, let me know what you think down below. Anyways, now we can move on to the next picture. For this next drawing, the theme was elements, and I decided to pay a bit of an homage to Avatar: The Last Airbender. So while this definitely was 100% based on Avatar: The Last Airbender, the character doesn't really make much sense to the story, but that's okay. So I basically did some sort of like mermaid water bending, like doing the little like water tornado thing that you see some characters, especially Aang, doing. And then you see that later on I give her like glowy Avatar state eyes, which I think makes it confusing. But anyways, this was another drawing that I ended up being pretty happy with. But there's definitely areas where it could have been improved. And now you can see I am coloring in the water, which this was definitely the most difficult part of the drawing, because honestly I had no idea how to do like water texture, so I spent a lot of time trying to figure it out, and even what you see here is not the final result. For their colors, I based it loosely off of Katara and Sokka's outfits, with the mermaid tail being that sort of like purpley saturated blue, and then the bandages being like an off-white. But since I didn't exactly have much outfit to work with, I couldn't incorporate much of that with the character. And there you have it, the final character. I did end up going through making the background darker, so there's more contrast between the background and the character, and I'm so glad I did that. Anyways, probably my favorite part of this was the lighting, and now we can move on to the next character. So this was definitely like one of my favorites, and the prompt for this one was birthday. So I was originally going to do some sort of like birthday cake themed mermaid, but since there is like a dessert prompt later on, I didn't want to use that just in case I wanted to do like something cake related for that. But anyways, what I decided to go with was instead a mermaid. celebrating her birthday with a little fish friend. I wasn't really sure what to choose. I went through like 20 different shirt designs, as you can see right here. So this thing I ended up settling on, it was just like a t-shirt with sort of like mesh top. And I think it turned out pretty cool, like very simple, but I think it just adds a little more character to the character. And then there you can see I finally added in the little fishy for her to be celebrating with. So one part of this drawing that I really loved, that seems to be a recurring pattern in like the drawings I love, was the way I drew the eyes. It's not too different from the way I drew the eyes in the past ones, but for some reason I just really love how it turned out in this drawing. And then for this drawing, the color palette's super simple, just did pink and black, so nothing too crazy. And then for the fish, I basically just took that pink color in her hair and added a bit more like of an orangey red tint to it. So super simple, but I think it looks really nice. There you have it, the finished drawing. Like I said, this is probably one of my favorites, and now we can move on to the last picture. So for this prompt, it was original character, which you can kind of interpret it how you wanted to, but basically it was where you took one of your OCs and made it into a mermaid. And so for this prompt, I decided to take my OC Kala, which you may or may not have seen her in a few of my past videos, and make her a mermaid because, well, I love her so much, but I don't draw her enough, so this was a good excuse to finally draw her. And at first, like, trying to, like, get her face look right was definitely a struggle. Like, I have no idea what's going on right now. But I'm so happy that I took the time to make it look good, because in the end, I absolutely love how she turns out, and once again, one of my favorite pictures out of the bunch. So something that I absolutely love incorporating into drawings that I've already done twice in this video is adding flowers in the hair or doing some sort of flower crown. I don't know, I just think it looks really pretty and I love doing it so much. So any chance I have, I am going to draw some sort of flower crown. Something I noticed about this drawing and then the birthday drawing is I really only used one main color plus the skin tone, and those two are my favorites. So moving forward, I think I'm going to try to do more monochrome themed mermaids, and hopefully I'll get results that I'm happier with. And there you have it, the final mermaid. I absolutely love how this turned out, honestly, but I am just noticing that I had attempted to make like the top just sort of like blend in with the tail, but I left the t-shirt lines for the neck and the arm, and it's bothering me so much. Anyways, these are the final drawings. Let me know down below which one is your favorite, guys, and also if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give a big thumbs up. If you like this video and you like my art, you should subscribe if you're new to the channel or you just haven't already, because it supports me and then you can easily find my videos later in the future. This mermaid prompt list is sort of my second like community-based challenge, and I plan on doing a lot more in the future, so definitely stick around if you want to take part in one of these sometime in the future. I just said future like 4 times in the last few seconds. Anyways, remember to stay weird, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!